And welcome into the show, everyone. I am Preston Poole. That is Tyler Adams. This is Unadvised here on the Sports Animal YouTube and our very own X account. We tried to go on Facebook, but we're having issues with that yet again.
Facebook's the worst.
I texted the boss. I was like, hey, we're having some issues. He fixed them, but I think we're having more issues again now.
Oh, that's good.
We'll have to work that out. But we will get that worked out. But,
a little behind baseball. I've tried to have access to that Facebook account since I started working at the Sports Animal.
Yeah.
And our boss, Cisco, literally was just like, you're just never going to have access to Facebook, okay? Like, I give up. It's not worth it anymore.
I think there's a way around that now because I have access to it, so we could definitely probably get that worked out.
Okay. I'll come in and save the day then.
Yes. Okay. Lots to talk about today. We're going to get into the Thunder. Some news on Giannis has come out about some trade destinations for him. We'll get into the NFL news with Bill Belichick being snubbed for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We'll go through some of the head coaches that have been hired in the NFL. We'll do a quick college basketball update here in the state of Oklahoma. Shocker, still not good. And then some news has come out about a sports program here in the state of Oklahoma that we'll talk about that might include some sticks and pucks. But we'll get into that later in the show because I know T-Bag really wants to talk about that.
I just want to have my victory lap. This is just round one of my many victory laps I will be taking.
Yes. How did you fare in the snow and the ice and stuff the last couple of days?
So went to the Thunder game Friday. And when I got there, I went to dinner first, and at dinner I had two Jamesons, which I hardly drink Jameson, but I had Jameson on my mind. So by the time I was getting to the game, I was feeling good. So I decided to get really drunk. Woke up Saturday and was like, man, I'm hungover, which made sense because I got really drunk. And I woke up, I was like, man, I'm really hungover. And the hangover just kind of never went away. And I woke up Sunday, I was like, man, I'm still super hungover. And then I kind of realized, like, oh, I think I'm sick.
Yeah.
So I got sick over it. But we're good now. We're back at work. Everything's fine. But, Sunday was like the worst day of my life, I think. I think it could have been the worst day of my life. Thank God there's football on TV.
And you didn't have to go anywhere. So
yeah,
there you go. I was out shoveling snow all day. I went over to my grandma's house and cleared off her driveway for her so she could at least go get the mail and stuff.
Yeah.
I now have I can't see anything because I stared at the damn snow for so long. I feel like it burned my eyes. And now I have a massive whatever you call it. I just blanked on the palm of my hand. Blister, yeah. So
did you not wear sunglasses?
I did not. I should have.
Oh, dude, you got to wear sunglasses in the snow. Yeah, that reflection is bright.
Why I'm wearing my glasses right now because I feel like I'm blind. But anyways, all right, let's go ahead and get into the Oklahoma City Thunder. They end their 2-game losing streak last night with the New Orleans Pelicans, a win over the Pelicans. They scored a combined maybe 30 points in the first quarter of that game. It was boring.
I didn't even so I was watching the game, and whenever I watch a game kind of in the first half, I don't even really scoreboard watch, if that makes sense. Like, I'm obviously keeping on track of the score and time, but I'm not truly invested in it, especially in a regular season game primarily. And then it was I think 9:57 left in the second, and I was like, there hasn't been a lot of baskets lately, and I think it was 21-17 at the time, and I was like, oh my God, this is bad.
Yeah. No, it was a low-scoring affair, especially in the first quarter. Things picked up there in the second quarter and the rest of the game. Thunder win it, though. They, again, break that 2-game losing streak. And a lot of people are already ready and have been ready over the last, month or so to mash the panic button on the Oklahoma City Thunder because they did start, 24-1, 25-1, whatever it was. They're ready to just mash the panic button and say that this team, there's no way they can do it again, blah, 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 which they might not do it again this year, right? But that doesn't mean that they're never going to win another championship with the guys that they have because, there's still a very good basketball team. They're still on pace to have around the same amount of wins as they had a season ago. It's just they are very hurt right now. They have 5 of their key contributors were out last night. Now, a couple of those guys will probably be back tomorrow night against the Timberwolves, which they'll need it against the Timberwolves. They've already lost to the Wolves once this season. But it's just like guys, they are so banged up. They're I think the second most player game minutes lost this to injury this year. I think the Thunder are right behind the Pacers, who have had their star player out the whole entire season. I think the starting five for the Thunder have played, what did they say last night, 12 games total together this season out of the, what, 40 something, 50 something that they've already played at this point. Like, they're just banged up right now. And things will get better once everyone gets healthy. But the main thing is getting everyone healthy at the moment.
Yeah, there's obviously just super beat up. I mean, they have two starters out right now, and Isaiah Hartenstein this season has been such an important piece.
Rebounding for sure, yeah.
It just everything that he's provided this season, he's been such an important piece. AJ Mitchell has been such an important piece off the bench in those non-Shea minutes. Obviously, J-Dub is kind of the exception here because he only came back and played, 16 games, I think it was, something in that ballpark. And he wasn't his best version of himself. He was still working into it. But then you got Cason Wallace and Alex Caruso, like complete X factors on this team that aren't playing right now. And guys are having to step up. And even when they are losing, those back-to-back games, what they lost by combined 5 points, was it?
6 points? Something like that, yeah.
It really should have been 2 points.
And I don't even think you can be mad about the Raptors loss because the Raptors are a good team. But the Pacers loss was the tough one.
Pacers was the tough one. Pacers was like, what are we doing here? Especially when Shea just had a masterclass game like he did against the Pacers, and the rest of the guys just got to step up.
He had 45 points or something like that, I think.
But you said it best. It's like this team may not win a championship again. It's really hard to win championships in pro sports.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard enough to win one, let alone two in a row, right?
And here's the thing. If I had to bet my life on it, so I'm taking all my unbiased away. I think I'm still taking the Thunder. Maybe I would probably sleep on it because I'd have to really consider the Nuggets because they're playing great without Jokic right now. Their role players are playing amazing, and when you have Jokic that piece, they're going to be an absolute problem. The Spurs don't scare me. The Rockets, especially now with Steven Adams out, they're already down Fred VanVleet. Steven Adams is out. Sucks for Steven. We all love Steven. And then in the East, it's like the Knicks don't play defense. They're not just going to pick that up in the playoffs. And then the Pistons, like, they still might be a year away. Could they do it? Sure, but they could still. I mean, they're like the 2024 Thunder. It was like, damn, they're really good. But like, let's see what it is in the playoffs, which is something every NBA team has had to endure. So, like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, they're the victims of starting 25-1. They're the victims of starting so good where I was like, and myself included, felt that way.
Well, I think everyone, not just, it was
but
everyone.
Now it's just like, okay, now the reality is we may not win it, but I still really like our chances. And that's still a really good spot to be in. But you still got people out here complaining about, I mean, it's crazy.
They might lose Lou Dort for a game or two. He might get a big fine. What were your thoughts on that little? I don't know. Here's the thing. Everyone on Twitter automatically was like, "Oh, fight!" That's not a fight. That's just a quarrel. I guess you could say. There were no punches thrown. That was just two. I say grown men. I don't even know if Jeremiah Fears is a grown man at this point.
He should be in like English. What was it? What do they call English?
He should be in like the intro classes in college. He should be a freshman.
Yeah, well,
in college
what do they call English in college? I took it. I swear I took it. But there's what are the English classes called?
Oh, I have
no
clue.
Composition?
Yeah, Comp 1.
Comp. Yeah. He should be in Comp 2 right now. He should be taking his Comp 2 course.
Yeah. Again, so like he came to OU a year early. He's in the NBA, a year early. Really, I think people would have thought a couple of years early because I don't think anyone thought he would be a first-round draft pick. After 1 year at Oklahoma, but he's been playing great for the Pelicans this season, and I don't know if Lou Dort is the guy you want to step at the end of a basketball game.
You don't want to mess with Lou Dort.
Yeah.
He kept trying to mess with Lou Dort. Like, whatever, like Lou Dort was like smiling, went back to the locker room, and Jeremiah Fears was still being held back.
Oh no, he had to be carried back to the Pelicans locker room.
All the way to the locker room.
Yeah, down through like you and I have been in like those bottom halls of the arena. Like they carried him all the way through, like because it's just like one big circle, and they just carried him through there to the locker room. I wonder if anything happened after the game. I wish we could find that out. But
I wish it played. I was looking like the first thing I went and did last night. I was like, "Did the Thunder play the Pelicans again this season?" Sadly, they
I
don't.
don't think so.
They
Yeah,
don't.
no.
Unless I missed it, but I don't think they do, and that sucks because I would have. If we're gonna play the Pelicans, if we're gonna play a crappy team like that we've beaten 13 straight times, might as well add a little juice in it now.
Yeah. But that was I don't, since there were like no punches thrown and a lot of people were like Dort grabbed him around the throat. He didn't.
It looked like that at first. Like
yeah.
I think that was everyone's first reaction because that's what it looked like. But
Yeah.
then you saw the proper angles of it. It's like
they just grabbed their jerseys. Yeah. So I don't think Dort. He'll probably get a fine, but I don't think he'll be suspended or anything like that. How about this next stretch of games for Oklahoma City? I have this here in my notes. So obviously tomorrow at Minnesota, the Timberwolves. After that, they play at Denver. Then they're back home against the Magic, at the Spurs, back home against the Rockets, at the Lakers, at the Suns, back home against the Bucks, and that's all before the All-Star break where they get about a week off in between games.
Yeah. Lucky us. Get to play Spurs on a back-to-back. Off a back-to-back. We get to travel tonight. Great. Yeah, tough schedule. I mean, the schedule is a bear coming out. The Thunder haven't even played the Nuggets yet. I mean, they play them Sunday, like you said, and I mean, the schedule just coming up is just a bear. And if this team can get healthy and start finding its groove, it's going to be a really good test for them going into the playoffs.
Yeah. Schedule-wise, January is probably the toughest month for the Thunder. Like, the amount of games.
Literally every other day.
Yeah, every other day.
As well as anybody.
Yes. February, opponent-wise, is going to be the toughest for the Thunder because they play a lot of good teams in February.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can utilize that little break for the All-Star week and try and get healthy and see. I would assume AJ Mitchell doesn't play in that Rising Stars unless he's like good to go and is back playing for the Thunder.
Yeah, if he's good to go, but I'm also cool with him not playing.
Yeah.
Also cool with Shea not playing in the All-Star game and Chet. Well, I want them to be All-Stars.
Shea and Chet will play in the All-Star game,
but I just don't want to risk anything.
Are we, and I know how it goes in the NBA, if your team is good as the Thunder, you always get two guys into the All-Star game. Are we positive Chet's going to be an All-Star?
I wouldn't say positive, but I feel really good about his chances.
Yeah. I need to look up when those are going to come out.
I think it's within the next week.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's got to be. I mean, the All-Star great. I mean,
that's true. It's in a couple of weeks, and the trade deadline coming up here in a week or two, something like that. The first couple of weeks in February. So,
is it February 5th?
So I think the 5th sounds right. So probably about a week or so, something like that. And speaking of the trade deadline, the hottest name on the block right now is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Go ahead.
I thought about this when I did my whole gun to my head analogy. This also all depends where Giannis goes, because if there's a team he could end up to where it's like, okay, they can beat the Thunder because he's really freaking good. So I do want to put that into my gun to my head analogy.
Yeah, and Giannis is hurt right now, so he's out for a couple of weeks. But I mean, he'll still be back and healthy by the time, with enough time to acclimate to whatever team he ends up on. Because at this point, it does seem like he's going to get traded from the Bucks and go somewhere else. So, but these are the destinations so far that have come up. I believe Shams or someone, I forget who it was that tweeted out, but we've got the Knicks, Heat, Timberwolves, and the Warriors. Which one of those scares you the most?
Timberwolves. I mean, you get a guy like Anthony Edwards and Giannis together. They're role players. I know they're not as deep as they were last year, losing Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I mean, for this season, Timberwolves and Warriors, just because they're in the West. Like, if he goes anywhere in the East, it doesn't scare me because, like, all right, that's our problem if we get to the finals, which is a good problem to have. So I guess I just want him to go East. Just stay East.
Stay in the Eastern Conference.
The West already has the Thunder, the Spurs, the Nuggets. The Lakers have Luka. The Mavs are coming up with Flag eventually. The Rockets, as we know, like just stay East. The West, we're doing enough fighting over here.
Yeah,
for the next 5-10 years.
Selfishly, I would like to see him go to the Knicks. I think he's a guy that would help out the Knicks, and that's kind of I'm not that I have like a second favorite team, but I do enjoy watching the Knicks just
I'm with you.
because.
There's something about watching Knicks
Yeah.
basketball.
When the
I'm with
Knicks
you.
are good at basketball, it just the NBA feels a little bit different
Yeah,
to me.
yeah, yeah. I agree with that. I'm not necessarily a Knicks fan, but like it's like I was wanting to play the Knicks in the finals last year. It's like this
Yeah.
is way cooler than playing the Pacers.
No,
Now,
100%.
I didn't really care once it happened, but before.
Yeah, the Timberwolves, I just don't know what they would have to give up. I mean, do they have picks and stuff like that? I can't remember.
I mean, they can make salaries. The salaries shouldn't be an issue with them because they have a guy like Julius Randle.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
And then don't they have a rookie that's really good too? I bet he'd probably be in there because the Bucks are going to want some young player back.
Yeah.
And I think the Timberwolves have a rookie I can't remember his name, but I know they have a rookie that's doing really good this season.
Yeah, no, I'm blanking on the name.
What with the Warriors? What's the Warriors package? Brian Windhorst says it's the best package out there, and like I like to try to look for it. It's like, what's the package?
It
Kuminga,
seems like they
obviously.
have, Kuminga, but I mean, really, is Kuminga like that good? I mean, the Warriors, they just have a bunch of old dudes.
What if the Warriors are just like, hey, we'll give you Kuminga, Steph, and 2 firsts. We'll just start the Giannis trade now.
I think there's zero chance they trade Steph Curry. That's like their guy through and through.
Yeah, but I mean, if you could just restart,
the
dynasty with Giannis. I mean,
well, and I think there's rumblings that Kerr might be out after this year, like retiring and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
so,
I bet that's good.
I just don't know if the Warriors are a place. Maybe I don't know how long Giannis has left on his contract. I would assume probably a couple of years, but that would seem like a thing where it's like, does he really want to be there? It seems to me like the Knicks probably would be the best, because I think he even came out, or his agent came out and was like, he wants to go to New York, something like that. Yeah. If I remember right.
I'm sure he does. Raptors too. Raptors are another one I know he wants to go to.
Yeah, that would be. And look, they're playing pretty good basketball right now.
Yeah.
So Emmanuel Quickly is playing
Scotty
great. Scotty Barnes too as well. So, all right. Anything else on the NBA before we switch over to the NFL?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. All right.
No panic here until they lose again. Then I'll panic.
Yes. Yeah.
But they won last night.
In the NFL, we're not going to talk about the Super Bowl just yet, since that's another week away.
Credit us though, because we said if we had to make a prediction, what's it going to be? We said Patriots Seahawks. So credit us. We were right.
Once again, we were right. Once again. The biggest news in the NFL came out yesterday? Bill Belichick being snubbed for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, which is so idiotic. And I'm going to get on my soapbox here, T-Bag, because
I'm going to get on some of you first, and I'm next because I got a soapbox I want to get on too.
The voters for Hall of Fames in this country are the most idiotic people out there. Baseball Hall of Fame is number one, without a doubt, by far and away. I hate every single voter for the Baseball Hall of Fame. They should all be fired into the sun, and we should all forget about them and start over. But voters for the Hall of Fame think they are mightier than thou, holier than thou, whatever the saying is. And they like to just mess things up because of, and I think the main reason that Bill Belichick didn't get in was because Spygate. And he was, he paid his dues for that. He was like suspended or fined or whatever. That was so long ago, I can't even really remember what, exactly happened to him, but he paid his dues. And then you have Deflategate, which I don't even think they proved anything with Deflategate.
And that was Tom Brady, if anything.
Yeah, nothing came out about that ever that I can remember. But you have these voters who are just old curmudgeon writers that have been doing it for 1,000 years. They sit in the press box. They've never even played the game a day in their life. Not that I have either. I'll say that right now. Not that I have either. But they just sit there and try and do stuff like this so they can get attention. I absolutely hate all Hall of Fame voters for any Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and this is just, you can say what you want about Bill Belichick. I know there's people out there that are stupid, and I'm going to say it like that. And we got people we work with. I got a guy that sits next to me in the morning. The stupid take that without Tom Brady, he wouldn't have won that much. It's like, yeah, you're exactly right.
But he did.
Go find me a great coach that won multiple Super Bowls without a Hall of Fame quarterback. Go find him. Before 1970, I'm sure there's probably a team in the freaking 60s or maybe early 70s that did it. Go find me a modern day coach that won multiple Super Bowls with a crappy quarterback. Okay. Number one, the first 3 Super Bowls were not Tom Brady. He was a good quarterback. He was a great quarterback. He was a Pro Bowl quarterback. He was great. Those defenses were some of the best defenses the NFL's ever seen.
Yeah.
You can make an argument for the second 3 that those are more Brady than Belichick, but guess what? Belichick was still the head coach. Belichick still played a role in it. Belichick was still coaching that defense. Belichick was still what made that thing run. He was the GM of the team. Like, it's the stupidest thing to for the people that argue that Bill Belichick, And I know that's not the reason he didn't get the Hall of Fame, but people are pointing that out today, and it drives me up a wall. Sure, you can say maybe it was more Brady than Belichick. Fine, but let's not act like that Belichick didn't play at least 49% in that role throughout this entire time. And if there's ever a coach, and I don't like Bill Belichick, I don't like the Patriots at all. But if there's ever anyone, if there's ever 2 guys in all of American sports that are the definition of Hall of Famers, the very definition.
Unanimous, not at that. Unanimous.
And I know Tom Brady's going to have his day, and I'm sure he'll be first ballot. But Bill Belichick and Tom Brady are the 2 guys.
Yeah.
Like and so throw Tom Brady to the side. I'm sure he'll get in. Bill Belichick is the definition of a first ballot Hall of Famer. No one else in American sports currently that is not in a Hall of Fame is more deserving of a Hall of Fame than Bill Belichick. No one.
Yeah. And it wouldn't surprise me.
It's insane that you water down your product like this. And I hate Bill Belichick. I don't like the guy.
Yeah. No, and I bet there's some people that let this stuff recently seep into their minds when it comes to this stuff. Which again shouldn't matter. It should all be, what has happened as is time as the head coach of the New England Patriots in the NFL. It's just insane that some of these Hall of Fame voters do what they do, have the opinions that they have. I mean, you look at the Baseball Hall of Fame, right? They won't let Barry Bonds in, the guy that's hit the most home runs in the history of baseball. They won't let him in because he used a couple of steroids. Well, I'll tell you this, the Hall of Fame is supposed to be a thing of you can't tell the story of that sport without that person. And you damn sure can't tell the story of Major League Baseball or the game of baseball without Barry Bonds.
And the steroid era.
Exactly.
It was one of the best eras of baseball.
Exactly.
It was arguably the best era of baseball.
You can't tell the story of the NFL without Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and those Patriots from 2000 to 2018 when they won their last Super Bowl. So it's insane. Just, Roger Clemens should probably be in the MLB or the Baseball Hall of Fame. Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, all those guys need to be in the Hall of Fame, but you have old curmudgeon writers out there that hold grudges because of the purity of the sport, and it just drives me absolutely insane.
And we see it in every sport.
I can't stand it.
I mean, for a local example, they kept Eddie Sutton out of the Hall of Fame for years because of his cheating scandal at Kentucky. Eddie Sutton was the first coach to ever have a freaking cheating scandal in college basketball. Like, every successful coach in college basketball has cheated. Every single one of them. It's the slimiest sport of them all. And just like they single out these people for whatever reason, and they just punish them, even though it's like, hey, you're just 100% right, Preston. Like, Hall of Fame voters are just some of the most moronic people of all time.
Yeah.
And Bill Polian too. If this stuff is true about Bill Polian, then shame on him, because I saw a tweet too that Adam Schefter's going off. I don't know if you've seen all this.
I have not. I haven't been on Twitter today.
Just go to Twitter later. He's just retweeting everything about how crazy this is.
Yeah.
And so I saw this one that Shefty retweeted. So it's like Bill Polian appears to have been lobbying for this because he's a sourpuss loser that was mad that he could never beat the Patriots or he could never beat the Patriots when he was a Colts GM with Peyton Manning. And but anyway, the Hall of Fame one takes one coach a year. And so this year it was like the line of order was supposed to be, all right, obviously this year it's going to be Belichick, like obviously.
Yeah.
Next year, Mike Shanahan, one of the greatest offensive minds of all time, 2-time Super Bowl champion, John Elway, the Shanahan tree everyone talks about.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan, Michael Floyd, Sean McVay, like all these guys, Mike McDaniel. Mike Shanahan is now going to have to wait another year because the voters were like, we're going to get him. It's like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
It not only screws Belichick, which again,
it screws other people.
Yeah. You can be fine with him screening Belichick because there's a lot of people out there that don't like him. It is what it is.
And it is hard to feel bad for him. Like, to feel bad for Bill Belichick's not my
but
point here.
He deserves to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
The NFL Hall of Fame is it's prestige, man. Like, it has honor, and it lost a little bit of that with this. Like,
I mean, it would be
it lost a little bit of that.
Yeah, it would be like, saying that Pop shouldn't be in the Basketball Hall of Fame because he had Tim Duncan, Kawhi Leonard, David Robinson. In the last, 5 years of his career, his team was just terrible. Yeah, like, and then, he's still one of the greatest coaches / GMs in basketball history.
People say Steve Kerr. It's like, Steve Kerr, what has he done? It's like, oh, he got lucky having Steph Curry coming. It's like, yeah, of course he did.
And he also played with Michael Jordan and won a bunch of championships then too.
I also don't remember the Warriors making it to the second round. I also don't remember the Warriors even making it to the second round before Steve Kerr showed up.
Exactly.
So, like, yeah, he was lucky to have that. But also, what were they doing before he showed up? Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was
people
when
that make these stupid arguments. Go find me go find me any coach without a quarterback or any NBA coach without star players that have ever won a championship with just a bunch of mediocre guys. Go find me one. Dare ya? You
can't. I do, since you mentioned Mike McDaniel. Shout out Mike McDaniel. He's my guy now.
He's so perfect for the Chargers.
He had his first, and what's crazy is there are a lot of people out there that are saying like this is a bad mix, him and Harbaugh. I'm like, this is a great mix. What are you talking about? Two, like, just with the weirdest minds in football combining.
That both love running the ball.
Yeah. Too. Like, come on. Yeah, we had a coworker that they try and say that Mike McDaniel didn't like to run the ball, and I was just like, what are you talking about?
Who said that?
I can tell you off air. Yeah.
Because someone says, like, drafting Dolphins running backs in fantasy is like the best thing you can do.
Exactly.
Like, people were taking flyers on Ollie Gordon in the 4th round just because, like, Mike McDaniel loves to run the ball.
And I just, his first press conference went about exactly how you expect. And I was like, this is awesome.
He's so weird. And Harbaugh's so weird, and he's so weird. And they're so weird in a different way, but that weird's going to connect. Because whenever Harbaugh's like, what's your game plan? And Mike McDaniel tells him his game plan, Harbaugh's going to be like, I love you. Like, you cut those capri shorters.
Yeah. Hell, wear short shorts on the sideline for all I care.
I might become a half-ass Chargers fan because
there we go.
I don't know why, Preston. I just always find myself defending him. I feel like there's people out there that like not necessarily hate the Chargers, but just like are Chargers deniers, like that Justin Herbert's good and that they're going to figure it out one day. I'm in the opposite. I think the Chargers are going to like. I might take some stances with the Chargers.
If they don't figure it out, it might be the death of me. So
we'll
see.
Yeah.
All right, I do want to run down some of these new coaching hires in the NFL and see what you think of them. We will start with the Atlanta Falcons, mainly just because it's an alphabetical order and it's easier to do it that way. So they fired Raheem Morris and they hired Kevin Stefanski, who was the Browns head coach. Your thoughts on is that a good hire in your opinion?
A very good hire. I saw someone tweet out, like, I guess all you have to do to be an NFL head coach, to get a job again as an NFL head coach, is get fired from your last job. Talk about Kevin Stefanski. It's like the Browns didn't go to the playoffs for 20 years, and he took them twice and won a playoff game.
Yeah.
Like, he made some bad decisions along the way, but is that's Kevin Stefanski or is that the Browns organization?
I think it's the ownership there, yeah.
He was, there 5 years? 3 out of his 5 years, he had the Browns in a oh my God, the Cleveland Browns are a very watchable and fun football team.
Yeah.
He did that for 3 out of his 5 years. And 60% it's pretty good. And this is the Browns we're talking about.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great hire. I think it's a really good hire. I think he's going to do really good. It's all going to come down to if he can fix Michael Penix or not.
Yeah. And obviously that'll be his quarterback unless they happen to, again, draft another quarterback in the draft.
Don't put it past them.
Yeah, don't. Derek on Facebook says, sup, fellas? Sup, Derek? It's been a long time no see. How are you doing? All right, the Baltimore Ravens, they fired John Harbaugh and they hired Jesse Minter.
I'm going to let you go on this one. You know a lot more about Jesse Minter than I do.
Jesse Minter in 2 years, turned around the Chargers defense. It, night and day compared to what it was before they got there. I think that this is going to be like a return of the Ravens defense. It'll be interesting to see what he does offensively, but again, they have Lamar, they have Derrick Henry, they got all those guys on offense. So I don't think that offense is going to be just like absolutely terrible. I think this was a good hire. And the way that why I think it was a good hire is because I didn't want Jesse Minter to leave at all. I wanted him to be the Chargers defensive coordinator for the rest of time. Because he's that good. So I think it was a good hire.
Just from the outside on this one, because I don't really know much about Jesse Minter. Obviously, I know he's a really good defensive coordinator. The Chargers had a very good defense this season. But on the outside, it just looks like a good culture fit for the Ravens because a lot of people are like, why don't you hire?
And he's a former Ravens guy too, as well.
Yeah, and he's like, is he a former Harbaugh guy too?
He's a Harbaugh guy.
He was
through and through Harbaugh guy.
Yeah, he's
for both
Harbaughs.
Yeah, both
Harbaughs. That's right. Because a lot of people are like, why didn't you go offense with this one? Which I get because you have Lamar Jackson, but like if you're talking about Ravens culture, this just feels like he's gonna be the Ravens coach for the next 15
years. When
you
think of Ravens, you think Ed Reed.
You don't think Lamar.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess if you're young, that's what we're showing our age, probably.
Yeah, you think Ray Lewis, Ed Reed,
you think of Joe Flacco, Ray Rice.
Yeah, showing our age there. This one was interesting. So the Buffalo Bills fired Sean McDermott and they hired Joe Brady, who was the offensive coordinator under Sean McDermott.
I'm sorry, Buffalo. Like number one, the press conference that they had the other day was just like,
with the owner, yeah, it was insane.
Oh my god.
I feel bad for Keon Coleman.
Yeah, horrible. My god, dude, I'd be demanding a trade.
I would be on the first flight out of there, dude. Yeah, screw them, man.
Yes, just it was weird. It was off, and then like the owner admitted, like, I made the decision to fire McDermott in the locker room after the game because of like the sadness that was around and just like the stink around it. So what he do? He added someone that had like just as much as a stink as McDermott did,
who played a big part in
the loss.
Again, Josh Allen, you can't turn the ball over as much as he did in that game against the Broncos, but it's like Sean McDermott has to feel like who was the Roman emperor, Caesar, who got stabbed in the back by his
Ides of March.
His own people. He has to feel exactly that way because it's like, well, damn, you fired me and you hired my offensive coordinator. Like, screw you guys. So, yeah, that can't feel too good. The Cleveland Browns obviously fired Kevin Stefanski. They hired Todd Monken, who was the offensive coordinator for the Ravens.
My guy, Todd Monken, was the offensive coordinator at OSU with Brandon Weeden, the glory days. Love Todd Monken. He's always been a hoot to follow. He's a funny guy. He's great behind the camera. Good for him for getting that payday. Good for him for getting that payday is what I'll say.
I feel like no one wanted to be the Cleveland Browns head coach at all.
No one. This is Todd Monken saying, you know what? I've accomplished a lot obviously it's an NFL head coaching job. There's 32 of them. A lot of people did not want that job, and the reason Todd Monken wanted that job was like, you know what, I've done all I can do as a coordinator. Let's go.
Well, and he turns 60 here in like a week, so this is like a ride off into the sunset.
Oh yeah,
I'll be a head coach for a few years.
This is we're moving to Cleveland for about 3 years, but it's going to be a lot of money, and then we're going to retire and live good, honey. All right.
Yeah, and then we're going to move to South Florida for the rest of our days. Yeah,
and that's nothing against Todd Monken. That's everything against the Cleveland Browns.
Yes, 100%, and their ownership and everything up there. So, Miami Dolphins fired Mike McDaniel. They hired Jeff Hafley. I don't know. Hopefully that's how you say his name.
Yes.
I have no clue.
Really good defense coordinator.
Yeah.
This is why I think it's a decent hire. I'm not gonna say it's a good hire, a decent hire. It's because I was glad to see him leave the Packers because he had a really good defense with the Packers. Now, how good of a head coach he's going to be, I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. The New York Giants fired Brian Daboll like mid-season, and then they went and they picked up John Harbaugh to be their head coach. They gave him a 5-year deal. I think this is a good hire, in my opinion. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I know why the Ravens fired him, just because they needed a change of scenery, and maybe that's going to be good for Harbaugh as well. But I was confused why they did it, and I really like the hire for the Giants because they have all those young guys, and I think that's a good fit.
Yeah, I think that's really good for the Giants, and I think it's really good for, like you said, I think it's really good for Harbaugh. I think the Ravens need to change the scenery, but I also think it's going to be good for Harbaugh to be like, all right, go somewhere uncomfortable and try to make it comfortable. That's good for people. I mean, we see it all the time in sports. We saw it with Mike Gundy. I mean, sometimes you just got to move on and just try something different. So I think this is great for the Giants, and I think it's great for Harbaugh. It's the best hire, in my opinion. It's the best hire this cycle.
The most interesting hire of this cycle happens to be from the Pittsburgh Steelers, who fired Mike Tomlin stepped down, excuse me. And they hired Mike McCarthy, which led to one Jim Traber, the ultimate, entering the free agency, looking for a new team.
Did he do that? Did he do it?
I think I don't think he's going to. Look,
he'll probably do as a bit, but there's just he's been a fan. He said the other day he's been a fan for 58 years. There's no way
you don't be a Steelers fan for 58 years and immediately abandon ship like that. This just seems and like the Steelers have done great with hiring head coaches throughout their history. They've only had like 3 in the last like 60 years or something like that. This just seems like a mess of a hire. This seems like a hire solely for Aaron Rodgers, who's probably only going to play like one more season.
Well, so also the reason I was doing this, if no one knew, is just because Mike McCarthy at his press conference was just sitting there, like rubbing his hands together, like big bowl of chili was on the way. So I forgot who I heard this from. And when I say I heard this from, it's not like I heard this from someone directly. I heard it from like overnight ESPN that we're running on Sports Animal. Supposedly, because Mike Tomlin resigned, and the Rooney family, the owners of the Steelers, did not want that. Like they were blindsided by that. They weren't planning on firing him. They weren't planning on moving on. Like Tomlin was their guy, but I think Tomlin was like, I need to save my face around here, and also I probably just need to change the scenery. Like I need to go try something different. And so the Rooneys,
and he's gonna be great on TV or wherever he lands.
Yeah, he's gonna be awesome. It'll probably go be a head coach somewhere next season and be really good. He'll probably go and win, I don't know if he'll win a Super Bowl or something, but probably go and actually like succeed because he probably just needs to change the scenery. It kind of reset, take this offseason study. But the Rooneys supposedly were like, they have, so I can't remember who it was. I was trying to think about this one. It's driving me crazy. Pretty much the Rooneys, they don't believe in tanking. They don't believe in bottoming out to build back up. And Mike McCarthy was the safest hire possible to make because Mike McCarthy is going to get you to 10 wins, be a wild card in the playoffs, or a possible 4 seed,
and then lose in the playoffs.
What
they've been doing for the last decade.
Yes, and that's what the Rooney family want. Like they pretty much this person was making it seem like, hey, if you tell the Rooneys right now, over the next 5 years, you can go 10-7, 4 times, 11-6 once, with 4 playoff losses, and we'll let the 5th one be a toss up. Like, well, maybe you'll win one or not, but we'll see. Yeah. Or you can bottom out for 3 years and be legit Super Bowl contenders in the 5th on that 5th season. I think it sounds like the Rooners are like, no, option A.
Yeah,
like they are just okay, just being a playoff exit.
Yeah, which I guess
sucks.
Yeah, for Steelers fans, I would probably take option B if it meant that I would be a Super Bowl contender. Myself.
I think most people would take that.
Yeah.
Whatever reason the Rooney's believe in just staying.
It's weird stuff. And the last hire so far, the Tennessee Titans fired Brian Callahan. They hired Robert Saleh, who didn't have a good go of it with the New York Jets. Not many people do have a good go of it with the New York Jets, though. So,
he had the best go of it since what's his name in like 2009.
True.
I mean, he went 7-10. Not many Jets coaches have gone 7-10 back-to-back years.
And he had kind of a bounce-back year as a defensive coordinator and with the 49ers, who were all banged up and stuff like that. So we'll see. He's got Cam Ward.
I think he has potential. I think Robert Saleh is a good coach. I mean, it was the Jets. It was the Jets. And the Titans, can't really say they're much better, but I think he'll have better go around at this time, especially getting Brian Daboll to be the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then the only 2 jobs that are open right now is the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders. So those are the 2 open jobs right now in the NFL. Okay, done with the NFL. We'll go real quick. College basketball. Oklahoma still sucks. What is Oklahoma State looking like?
They have like their bye week this week.
Okay,
so no games this week, but they suck.
So no potential to lose.
I'm out on the tournament, by the way. Official declaration, I'm out on the tournament.
out on the NCAA
Yeah,
tournament for the
that
Cowboys.
that 12-0 start or whatever, that 13-1 start really
It,
got me blinded by some
yeah.
big time deficiencies that this team had.
And I think that's been was the problem at Oklahoma the last couple of years as well. They would do so good in non-conference, and then once conference rolled around, they laid an egg, and boy, are they laying an egg right now.
Yeah, I'm not watching college basketball till March. I think I'm up on the
welcome,
Crescent Pool Club.
welcome,
Yeah,
welcome. It's a lot of fun. All right, the last thing I wanted to talk about today, I saw you tweet about this. I saw you tweet at Kerry Murdoch about this, but it seems like in Oklahoma State hockey was talked about on it's one of the Spit and Chicklets like spin-off podcasts. If you know what Spit and Chicklets is, it's like the biggest hockey podcast out there right now. And they tweeted about this the other day. I think it's Mike Grinelli is the guy that tweeted about it. Basically saying that there was big news for Oklahoma State hockey coming up. And you kind of tweeted the eyes out the other day at that. So tell me what the big news about Oklahoma State hockey is.
Well, if you remember, Preston, Mike Gundy made that video about the Go Pokes hockey, like it's a meme. And that we talked about it on there the next day. And I said, hey, I've been hearing some very interesting things about OSU hockey. I was like, I don't know like how true they are or anything, but I'm hearing some very interesting things about OSU hockey. And they're like, why? Like what? And I was like, I don't know if I can really talk about it yet. And so the only booster I know, really, that I have an actual relationship with, and he's a big time booster, like private jet booster. He gave me a ring. He was listening to the show and gave me a ring, and he called me. And so I literally showed Curtis. I remember I showed Curtis. I was like, something's happening here. So he called me. He's like, hey man, no, like this is happening. And I was like, what? I was like, he's like, everything you're hearing, he's like, I was like, okay, because I've been hearing it around. So he's like, yeah, go back on air. He's like, and report this. He's like, I'm putting my word on it. He's like, go out and say, plans are for Oklahoma State hockey team, Division I. The Title IX aspect is going to be women's wrestling because you have to add a women's sport to it.
Yeah.
Women's wrestling. They're playing tomorrow at Penn State, and I said that
at Beaver Stadium.
At Beaver Stadium, that's what I meant to say. At Beaver Stadium, they're planning for a Bedlam hockey game at Boone Pickens Stadium next year in 2027, around a year from now. And they're planning on building a $200 million arena. And I know, like, how crazy it sounds. I know how crazy it sounds. But this booster, Preston, is what we have called FU money.
Yeah.
And his FU money, what he wants to do with it, is literally just win Oklahoma State a hockey national championship. That's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And he's very open about, like, I don't care about this, that, the other. I want my legacy to be, I'm the guy that made Oklahoma State hocky.
He wants to be the Boone Pickens of OSU hockey.
Literally. He's this guy's from New York. He had no ties to OSU until like 8 years ago or something. He just came here to find some interns, whatever it was. Just fell in love with the place, and so he's not even an OSU guy. He's very new to it, and so anyway, I said all that, and Kerry Murdoch, and I get how crazy he was, but Kerry Murdoch was pretty mean to me about it. Probably the only time I've really been mad at Kerry because I'm like, dude, like. Are you saying my word is nothing to you? Like, is that what you're saying? I was like, because like, I'm not just saying stuff to say stuff. Like, I went to journalism school. Like, I don't just say stuff to say stuff. When it comes to information, now opinions and takes, let it loose. But like information, I know. Like, hey, like I've heard this from two people now. Okay, maybe I'll start teasing it out there. And so, sure enough, over the last 2 weeks, it feels like there's been a lot more smoke. OSU hockey's Twitter account has been starting to be a little bit more public about it. And then obviously you got these Chicklet guys. And I know Paul Bisonet as well has talked about how on his Spit and Chicklets podcast, he has consistently talked about how Oklahoma State hockey has become a juggernaut in the club realm, and he'll like read the scores off.
Oh, they scored 50 goals in one game, dude. It was crazy.
One game's like 27-0. They're recruiting kids they're flying out. They're recruiting kids on private jets. Like this is a legit thing, guys. And like I know how crazy it sounds. I get it. And I've told my guy that's involved in this. That's pretty much funding this entire thing. I've told him, I was like, can you please just stop this and put it all to football? Like, because it's a lot of money into it. And he's like, no, I want Oklahoma State to win a hockey national championship. Like, all right. And so it just feels really good to finally look. Nothing's official. The school hasn't announced it yet. I know the school's aware of it, and the school hasn't denied anything. I know that. And so nothing's official yet. And this could obviously not come to fruition. There's a lot of legal steps that have to take place. But it feels good to be like, no, I wasn't just like hearing something from my old frat buddy at SAE that like we're getting like, no, this feels good that tomorrow I can go in and flop it on the table and say, ha, you guys sat there and made fun of me. Kerry called me out on his unofficial 40 podcast. He was like, guys, Tyler actually believes it's gonna like he's like delusional. Like he's called me out on his podcast, dude.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I've already texted him. I said, I'm coming down to Norman and you're going to apologize to me in person. I can't wait. I can't wait because it feels good to finally, I've had to sit on this because my guy told me, he's like, dude, I know it sucks right now, but I promise you, like at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of the new year, like the smoke's going to start smoking. And I was like, all right. So yeah, there's your hockey talk. Oklahoma State, I don't know what it is. It's crazy to think, but Oklahoma State hockey, like, is having billionaire money being funded into it, and the sole mission is to win a national championship, and it looks like that very well could happen.
The white smoke is bellowing out of the Sistine Chapel right now for you. If we want to go call back to what, a year ago, whenever we were on Pope Watch. So, yeah, I mean that seems like a blast. I know whenever I was in school at UCO, I went to some hockey games there at Arctic Edge with UCO, so I know exactly how all that club stuff works. They don't get any money or anything from the schools. They have to be basically like funded by other outside people and stuff like that. Like they don't get scholarships to go and play hockey at these schools that are at the club level. So that is really cool to see, someone want to step up and invest and obviously hockey.
Like, I would be very clear. I wish this $200 million, whatever it was, I wish I was going to do a football roster. I want to be very clear on that. And I've let my guy know multiple times.
Well, and I think this would be like, because I mean, if you think about it, like the next pro team we could get in Oklahoma City would more than likely be a hockey team.
Yeah.
Right. So I think if OSU hockey takes off and stuff like that, that could be a big thing of, okay, maybe we could get a hockey, NHL team here in Oklahoma City, which, as you know, I know that you watched the Stanley Cup finals and stuff like that as well. Playoff hockey is some of the best sports that you can watch.
It's action, baby.
It's awesome. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I sit and I watch regular season hockey. If there's a game on that between two teams that interest me, I'll sit down and watch it. But I'm locked in for playoff hockey. It's a blast to watch. So that's pretty cool that they're going all in for Oklahoma State hockey. And I did see that Bedlam is happening in Tulsa here on the
good luck, scrubs.
the 28th of February. We might have to take a trip up to the BOK Center and watch some hockey.
I could get us tickets.
Yeah,
I could get it. I could probably get us right behind the glass tickets.
I saw that the Thunder don't play that day, so we can chat about that and see if that's something that we want to do.
We'll need to find a driver for us.
Yes, that is very true. Yeah.
I know us, and I think they'll probably be a lot of beer drink,
especially for sitting behind the glass, banging on the glass the entire time.
Get him.
All right. Anything else before we wrap up?
No, just can't wait for the morning. I might just like FaceTime Carrie after this.
You'll have to let me know what time, because I'll hand up. I'm never awake for your guys' show.
Yeah, fair.
So I'll have to go back and listen on the podcast to hear you NBA Jam style dunk on Carrie in the morning. So that would be pretty fun. All right, that's gonna do it for us. We'll be back next week. Everyone, be safe out there. Thank God it's warming up. We don't have to deal with the cold for at least the next few days. So until next time, see you.